Hello and welcome to Soul in Balance. My name's Alicia and this is A Space, the place to get your daily energy report. And today we're talking about the energy of the 6th of May, Australian time. So wherever you are in the world, you need to adjust that to where you are. Now the energy at the moment is getting very heavy. It's definitely intensifying as we head to the Scorpio full moon. So if you are feeling very deep emotions, feeling very tired, feeling very triggered, even obsessive feelings, things like that, really needing to even connect to people on a deeper level, on a sexual level, it's a time of very deep intimacy and needing that deep intimacy. So, and it also is a time of transformation, death and letting go. So it's very, very intense at the moment. The moon is currently moving through Libra and it's right on my Pluto right now, and I already have an 8th house moon, so I already have a scorpionic moon, so it's very intense for me. The last 2 days I've just been like gone in emotions and heaviness. So if you're feeling the same, I'm totally with you. But yeah, it's been really crazy lately. The energy has been very intense. Like for me personally, a lot recently, like when I turn a light off or turn a light on, like the power blows, like the light blows and all the power goes off. And this has been happening to me a lot lately. So if this has been happening for you, please write in the comments, because I'd love to hear what's happening with you in this area. Like obviously, empaths and people with a lot of energy, indigos and things like that, they definitely affect the light. So you probably find, like, if you walk under a street light, the light will like fizzle or flutter or go off. And this is something usual for me, but just lately it's just like every few weeks I'm just like blowing up all the light bulbs. So yeah, so it's definitely an intense time at the moment. So we've just had the North Node shift into Gemini. So over the last 18 months, we've had the North Node and the South Node in the Cancer Capricorn axis. So that has now shifted to Gemini Sagittarius, but I will get into those details more in the full moon video that I'll be doing after this one. So if you're interested in how that's going to affect you for the next 18 months, please check that out in this video. But realistically, at the moment, we can feel a lot of change brewing within us. We can feel out in our environment and, within our being that things are changing, like the planets are going retrograde, a fair few planets going retrograde in May, and then we've had the nodal shift. And then, so we can just really feel that, we need to do something new. We need to make things lighter. We need to connect and communicate and, try new things. So yes, we can definitely be feeling the energy changing within us. And that can be a little bit frustrating because, like we can feel that change and we're wanting to make that change, but then we can still feel a little bit blocked, especially with, the pandemic that's going on in the world. But at the same time, it can be a little bit fear-based as well, because it's just like, oh no, what's going to happen? Like I've, started to feel secure in my emotions, and now I need to detach a little bit and then communicate and try new things. So this change can be, a little bit startling, but it's something that, we're going to get used to. But just that initial change is just, so yes, so the moon is making some really nice aspects today. So we have the moon trining out to Mars in Aquarius, and also trining out to Venus in Gemini. Now this is making a grand air trine. So this is a really great time for communicating our feelings in romance, having more of a lighter experience when it comes to our emotions, but still having that connection and understanding with our partner, or, in any kind of, passion or hobby or work or whatever it is. There is going to be a lot of ease in communicating our emotions. There's going to be a lot of understanding, but also this moon is also squaring out to Pluto. So whatever we discuss, whatever we're talking about is going to create that change. And we can be talking about topics that are really heavy, things that we don't want to discuss, especially around sexuality, because we are going to be having that full moon in Scorpio. And you know, Pluto does, and the 8th house definitely represents sexuality and our sexual nature and our needs and our intimacy. And then because the moon's in Libra, which represents relationships, making aspects out to the 2 relationship planets, Venus and Mars, it really is a day and a topic and a full moon of relating, expressing, talking about what's going on, talking about the truth. What is really going on inside? Like, no more wearing masks, no more smoke and mirrors. What is really going on? Like, and if we continue to hide how we're feeling, or, you know, not look into the truth, not seek out the truth and get curious about what's going on so we can create change, this is just going to create a lot of stuck energy and making things worse as we move forward. So if there's any kind of communication you need to be having with your partner or your friends or your associates or whatever it is, acquaintances, groups, whatever it is, because it can relate to passions as well and creativity. So it is definitely a time to be communicating our needs and what we really feel inside and what's going to make everybody happy. Okay, so I'm going to get some cards for today. You know, what direction should we be heading? What kind of a helping hand do we need with navigating through today's energy? As it can feel a little bit difficult. Oh, a lot popped out there. And it has been really heavy. Like, for me, it's just like I felt like I'm just constantly sleeping and I still can't feel any better. It's like the life was just sucked out of me. So I don't know. We'll see how it all goes through the remainder of the day and heading to this full moon in Scorpio. Whew, I think it's going to be a heavy one, but I think it's going to be pretty good. Like, I don't want to totally wreck my full moon video, but again, it's just going to be about communicating. Alrighty. Oh, what have we got here? Communication. Communication. Okay, attachment, letting go of restrictions and fear. Blessed change. A major life change brings you great blessings. And we have wait. Don't rush into action right now. Bide your time for better results. Okay. Alrighty. So, communication is definitely needed at the moment. With what is going on with the node shifting into Gemini, which is about communication. Venus is in Gemini, and we do have Mars in Aquarius, which is about communities and groups. And then we also have this the moon in Libra, which is about communicating, keeping things light, which is making an aspect, like I said, out to Pluto, which is deep issue. So it really is a time of bringing up what needs to be communicated. Like, if you're in a position where you just have felt stuck with communicating, you know, this is a time to communicate over the next few days. You might have to wait. You know, you might feel like it's a good idea to wait, but definitely at this time, it is a time for communicating. No matter how intense it is, no matter how scared you are about the outcome, it really is good just to talk about it, because there is a very light-hearted, easy energy flowing at this time to have those difficult conversations. And we have attachment, letting go of restrictions and fear. Now, we can be feeling stuck with old attachments, and this Scorpio full moon that's coming can really be asking us just to let go of these old attachments, like, that aren't serving us anymore. Like, we attach onto things as a way to fill a void, or a way to feel loved, or a way to feel safe and stable. But at this time, there is just no stability. There is nothing outside of ourselves that is going to make us feel safe or stable or emotionally fulfilled. We need to be doing that to ourselves 100%, moving forward permanently. Like, yes, it's nice to have attachments to people and things when they're healthy, but when they're toxic, you know, this is the stuff that we need to let go of. And what we're feeling now, the emptiness and the things that are being brought up at this time, is definitely the attachments, and highlighting the attachments that we need to be definitely letting go of. And me personally, I have plenty, you know. So, you know, we're all going to be feeling this at the moment, in what area of life we need to be, you know, letting things go, like just taking that, like letting go of that grip and understanding that you're going to be okay without these attachments, you know. And then we have blessed change. So when we have these communications, when we let go of these attachments, we're going to have a more fulfilling life. We're going to feel more blessed. We're going to feel more free, you know, and being honest with ourselves and being honest with the people in our lives about what's really going on. This is going to set us free and make us feel happy within ourselves. And then this also creates positive attachments. So yeah, blessed change is definitely on the horizon. Now it's got weight. Now, personally, I think it might be just waiting till you feel more solid within yourself to have these communications, or maybe waiting till after the full moon or during the full moon. Personally, for me, I'm not much of a waiter. I don't really like waiting, but I think for me, definitely at this time, I know I've definitely felt with communication in my life, as it has been a little bit difficult, that I've just had to wait and process things and come from a better angle instead of being erratic or emotional, and just, you know, sit with things within myself first before I communicate. So, you know, maybe this might be a time of doing the same thing, you know, like having the conversation with yourself first, processing it within yourself first. So when we actually have these conversations, they're more lighthearted and, you know, the message is understood instead of it being like a projection onto the other person. You know what I mean? So it's not this blame game type thing. It's like, hey, I've processed this information. I processed what I need to process. I'm responsible for this and this part, and what attachments I have and what emotions I have, and let's just talk about it in an easy flowing way so we can have a resolution. So it is definitely a time for communicating and letting go of attachments, which is what this Scorpio full moon is going to be all about. But I will talk about that in my next video. But as for today, I hope you have a super magical day and have some really cool chats with the people that you need to have chats with. So that's pretty much it for me, but have a fantastic day and I'll see you soon.